Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. I would like to bid to the chairperson, honorable judges, timekeepers, and all the members of the audience. Today, I would like to talk about Harlan David Sanders. You might be asking yourself, who is Harlan David Sanders and what is so special about him? Well, Harlan David Sanders, or better known as Colonel Sanders, was an American entrepreneur who founded Kentucky Fried Chicken, or KFC. Now, I'm sure that most of you recognize him, the man on the entire planet with his Southern gentleman white suit, white hair, mustache and goatee, black skin tie and cane. Surely, there is an interesting story based on Sanders' success. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with his background. For your information, Sanders was born in Kentucky on 1890, and he is the first child of 5 siblings. His father died when he still in age of 5, and enforces his mother work to accommodate their large family. Since his mother worked, he required to cook for the family. He dropped out of school in 7th grade. When his mother remarried, he ran away from home because his stepfather beat him. Although he is still 6 years old, Sanders' interest in cooking made his mother teach various recipes to Sanders, including chicken fried recipes. This is how he developed his keen cooking skills as he helped his mother to take care of the other children in his family. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move to how he started his career. During his early years, Harlan worked different jobs such as farmhands, soldiers, firemen, insurance salesman, and a steamboat operator. In brief, he would try anything opportunity that he thought it is able to make him rich. At the age of 40, Sanders cooked chicken dishes and other meals to the people who stopped at his service station or petrol station in the Corbin, Kentucky. Since he did not have a restaurant, he served customers in his living quarters in the petrol station. From here, his local popularity grew, and Sanders moved to a motel and restaurant that seated by 142 people. Later designated the Harlan Sanders Cafe and Museum and worked as a chef. Over the next 9 years, he developed his secret recipe by frying chicken in the pressure fryer that cooked the chicken much faster than pan frying. In 1935, food critic Duncan Hines visited Sanders' restaurant incognito and was so impressed, he listed the place in the Adventures in Good Eating, his famous guide throughout the U.S. In 1939, he was given colonel title by the governor in Kentucky for his cooking skills. As his success grew, Sanders played a more active role in civic life, including joining the Rotary Club, the Chambers of Commerce, and the Freemasons. In 1952, he successfully franchised Kentucky Fried Chicken to his friend Pete Harmon of Utah, United States, the operator of one of that city's largest restaurants. The product hailing from Kentucky was unique and evoked imagery of Southern hospitality and a way of differentiating of his restaurant from the competitors. In the first year of selling the product, the restaurant sold more than tripled. Don Anderson, a sign painter hired by Harmon, coined the name Kentucky Fried Chicken. Since then, it weathered ups and downs until it's successful as it stands now. Ladies and gentlemen, today there is more than 500 KFC restaurants nationwide and still counting. In Malaysia, the first KFC restaurant was opened in 1973 on Jalan Tunku Abdul Rahman. Great tasting chicken has become synonymous with KFC and has been enjoyed by the Malaysians ever since. In fact, KFC Malaysia has found a distinctive Malaysian personality of its own. Ladies and gentlemen, before I step back and leave this stage for the next speaker, let us see the moral of the story. All the success as is having to weather. No success can be achieved with easy. Colonel Sanders' secret recipe has found the success with additional recipes, hard work, and persevering challenge. I pray for our local products such as nasi lemak, satay, and other products also can be marketed nationwide in the future, inshallah. To conclude my remarks today, observe the temple's lyrics decline by the mighty terrace. It's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make you move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side.